Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the TikTok Pathfinder campaign. This is your good friend and game master, Psycho DM, here to officially kick this thing off. In the previous post, we introduced you to the party, giving you a chance to see and hear from each of the characters, as well as myself, of course. So now we are ready to get this ball rolling and see what happens. As we join the campaign, our characters are at level 3 status after completing a previous task for which they had been hired. The major details are as follows. A posting was put out for adventurers to solve the problem of a nest of giant spiders preying upon livestock and the occasional unlucky villager. Well, these weirdos were the only ones that answered the call, except for one, but we'll get to that in a moment. After duking it out with several of the creatures during a raid, they were able to track others back to their nest, situated in a nearby cave. And there were a lot more of them than anticipated. But even more startling than the giant nest was the tiny, colorful gnome lady that was perched on a boulder right at the entrance, gently stroking the back of one of the creatures, which was quite possibly even bigger than she was, while also seeming to be engaged in a conversation with the thing. Did we not tell you that this girl's approach to monsters was a bit different? Upon learning of the party's task and intentions, she proposed that there was another way. Why not simply lead the spiders to a new home and hunting grounds that was remote enough to be safe for both them and the area's settlements? Of course! So simple! Gee, why didn't we think of that? Oh yeah, because we don't generally view monsters as just misunderstood pets. But with the help of the little druid, and ironically the spiders themselves, who agreed to help scout the area, and let me tell you, a few hundred giant, skittering, creepy crawlers can cover a lot of ground in a short time. A new and suitable location was found, and the spiders relocated. Job finished, the heroes collected their rewards and decided to stick together to follow rumors of another gig about a week's worth of travel away. And, having gotten to know these people, and deciding that they were certain to need her help with other creatures along the way, the gnome druid decided to join them as they set off towards their next adventure. And that, folks, is where we rejoin our friends as they travel along the open road, walking, chatting, and singing as they go, completely unaware that their next adventure was about to find them.
For Draka cracked her knuckles when the spider tracks were found, and every beast with 8 long legs went skittering underground. Solask stared in silence at the shadows in the stone, and somehow made the cave feel worse by standing still alone. Then Foxy Lady smiled that smile that says, "I've got a plan," which usually means trouble for beast or god or man. And Emeray, sweet Emeray, said, "Now wait, don't strike them dead. Perhaps these giant spiders only need somewhere else instead." Now I have sung in taverns, and I've lied to lords with flair, but I had not thought to bargain with a spider in its lair. Yet off they went a-marching, 100 legs times more, while Creech kept watch and muttered, "I seen stranger things before."
At this point, our intrepid party had been on the road for about 4 days, passing through the countryside and across the borders of another kingdom before the first night. The weather had taken something of a gloomy turn, but with their purses still heavy from the previous job, they had been able to stop into a few villages along the way for food and shelter, meeting happy folks celebrating their spring festivals, and even occasionally joining in on the merriment for a bit. So even as the road stretched ahead under often overcast skies, their spirits remained light. It was late morning of the 4th day when they encountered the first signs of trouble as they began to hear and then see someone ahead, calling desperately for help.
Help! Somebody!
The bedraggled
Please!
and thoroughly
We need
winded
help!
man soon spotted them and raced towards them with panic in his eyes.
Oh, adventurers! Thank the gods! Oh, please, help! My lady's carriage! Bandits! Ambush! The princess is in danger! Oh, please, you must help!
So here we are, my friends. We've arrived at the first decision point. You have before you a young man, finely dressed, but rumpled and muddied as he has obviously fallen more than once in his search. He is thoroughly worn, but the panic in his eyes and the desperate worry in his voice says that he will not stop until he is able to bring help. He tells you that the battle is happening just a bit shy of half a mile or so ahead, just beyond the next big bend in the road. So now it's time for you to tell me, what do you do? You have the chat rooms, both here on TikTok as well as in Discord, to discuss amongst yourselves. You may post your individual responses, or, since this particular situation is more of a full party decision, you may choose a representative to answer for all. If you do so, be certain that each of you signs off on this in the chat room, so that I am aware that I only need to see a single post rather than waiting for several. Be certain to include the TikTok Pathfinder campaign hashtag, as well as tagging myself and your fellow players. I look forward to hearing your decision and plans.